Good morning and welcome to today's session of Moments with Clara. As you know, we've been talking about facing Mother's Day without our child for 3 sessions already. Today is our 4th session and tomorrow will be our final one on this. Today I thought we'd address very briefly the idea of anticipatory grief. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, we know Mother's Day is coming and we're very anxious about it. As we think of the day drawing closer, many of us are feeling nervous, panicky. We're feeling extra despair. We're feeling extra grief. We're feeling heavy. We're feeling very mournful. We're feeling very sad, of course, and we don't know what to do with all of this. So as I've mentioned previously, it's important to have some kind of a plan for the day. At least know in advance a little bit of what you're wanting to do that might bring just a small ray of comfort to your heart. By that I mean, even if it's just taking a walk among nature and soaking up some sunshine for the afternoon. Whatever it is that you feel will bring you just a shred of comfort. This anticipatory grief is when we are very anxious about something that's coming and we don't know what we're going to face. We're just not prepared for it. Most of the time, I want to reassure you that most of the anxiety that we feel is not experienced on the particular date that we're worrying about. In other words, we may be overly anxious about Mother's Day, but we need to be mindful that this is just one day out of many. Remember, we talked about that yesterday, that often we blow this up so big that we become almost incapacitated with our grief. Please don't do that. Remind yourself that most of the fears that we worry about do not ever happen. And this is true for Mother's Day also. If you have some sort of just little idea in your mind of what you want to do, and you stick to that, even if it's staying in bed all day and pulling the covers up over your head, at least you know what you're going to be doing. You don't need to fuss extra and worry extra and become extra anxious over that. Do what is best for you. I cannot emphasize that enough. I've learned that from experience. When I know ahead of time what I'm going to be doing, I experience much less of this anticipatory grief. I already told you my plan for Mother's Day is to get up in the morning early to watch the sunrise. Then I will sit on the bench that is by my son's garden and I will do some meditation. For me, that's comforting. And then in the afternoon, I will plant some flowers. And no matter what the weather is, I will be doing that because that's my plan and I'm going to stick to it. That's how I will spend the day. For you, find out, think through what you want to do. Stop the anxiety, kind of put a halt on it, because the day is not going to be as bad as what you think. Remember that most of our fears that we have are fears that we've made up in our minds. We get so overwhelmed with it, and most of what we have played out in our minds doesn't happen that way. I hope this helps you a little bit in preparation for Mother's Day. My heartstrings are pulled very tightly with yours. I think we have this strong connection because we each know what Mother's Day is for, and we know the loneliness of being a mother without our child with us. But I want to assure you that together we will get through the day. I promise you that we will. And we can say then with confidence, I did it. I got through the day, and that's all we need to do, okay? We don't need to do anything more than that. We just need to get through the day. Sending you my love today. I'm thinking about you. I hope that this has been just a tiny bit of encouragement for you, letting you know that you will make it. I hope today is a softer day in your grief. Hang in there with me, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow with our final part 5 on facing Mother's Day without our child. My love to you. Goodbye.